Alright, welcome to the video. It's been quite a long time since I've uploaded a tennis match play video, so what better way than to come back with my boy Sid. Probably have the most kind of singles match play with him on this channel because we just play a lot together and always have really good battles. So it's been, when was the last time I uploaded? So I guess last August, I tore my pec, and so it was kind of a couple months coming back to play properly, with my right hand. And then I think that just kind of killed the tennis momentum a little bit, but I've been playing, since then pretty regularly. So starting off pretty strong. Sid wasn't serving best. It was quite a windy day. You can hear the wind, and I was just scrambling there. Managed to. I think I put a couple of returns, super deep that first game, and I think Sid was still warming up, so I managed to get an early break here. And my mindset is just, hey, just relax, just play quality points. Don't need to, do too much, but just keep the ball deep, and we'll see how we go. So. And I think Sid, a little bit tight, putting that backhand wide. I've noticed my backhand's been getting, that's a pretty good forehand. I've been really working on my forehand a lot, just being able to control, dictate with it, but as a result, I feel like my backhand has kind of suffered, like almost feels a bit neglected. And then a lot of my backhands just look a bit bunty, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really swinging through and getting a lot of spin on the ball. So it's almost by design. I feel like you can only work on so many things in your game at once, and trying to get my forehand better was definitely a focus. So I've actually started the match or the set winning 10 straight points at this point, and I was feeling pretty good. And I think that's the danger of feeling like that, because I definitely was aware of this, and I was like, oh man, I'm feeling good, got the momentum. And then as soon as that thought came in, lazy feet there and put a ball in the net. And I feel like as soon as you give an inch, a good player like Sid can take a, what's the saying, give an inch and they'll take a mile. And then I'm like, I better take it back, and then I unforced error forehand where it's pretty wide there, and suddenly you can kind of feel the momentum shifting. It's one of the kind of, pretty cool things about tennis, really. It's just like navigating the mental aspect, which I'll get into later in the set because it was quite a big factor actually. And there, the Sid's ball just landed right on the baseline. Couldn't take it early properly. See that back? I guess as a return that's fine to kind of bunt it, but another scramble point, and this time Sid manages to put his forehand volley right on the line. So he manages to hit the line a couple of times that game and hold. So we've got a match on our hands now, or a set. So just trying to keep the feet active. And there, very, very sus decision by me, because I think the wind got to me a little bit there. It should have been like a forehand going up and attacking with it, but I think the wind was just pushing it into my body, and I thought, oh, just slice it, and then just stuffed it up. So there, another backhand in the net, and now love 40. So momentum has well and truly shifted. I think Sid's won a lot of points in a row. It's a well executed point by myself though. Inside in forehand and two. Nice net, nice volley. Wild serve. So now I'm just scrambling, and Sid's like, all of these points, and that's a great point by Sid, but it's just giving him reps to play offense, and I think that's what I'm realizing rewatching this is, you know, the longer you can, when I had the pressure on him at the start, you know, the longer I can keep that up, the better, because, you know, if I get, even though the sets, you know, there's always going to be ebbs and flows, but the more offense I give to the other person, like right now, again, he's managed to get to the net, because I think once I tightened up, my groundies started getting shorter, and then that kind of balance of who's dictating was shifting in his favor. Pretty happy with that return. Now we're in a neutral rally, and I just, you know, I didn't quite shank it, but I just didn't put any spin on that backhand, so went out. And even that forehand pass was bloody, like, it only went over the net by like maybe a few millimeters, so definitely not enough margin. I was kind of sick of missing, just thought I'd just go for it, and that's probably one of the best backhand down the line winners I've hit in recent memory. But it's a bit of a trick, right? Because then I hit a winner and I think, oh, okay, yep, my level's good, I can keep going. But then compared to when I was just playing really solid and kind of getting easy points, having to hit winners is not really a sustainable way to play, I guess, unless you start getting, you know, to an even higher level. So in a neutral rally, and Sid hit a great shot. The wind took it, put it right on the line, perfect time to approach, and he stuck the volley. So credit to Sid there. I feel like in general, you know, I am happy with the way my game's developed, in the sense that I used to always feel like I was on the back foot in groundy rallies. That was just a pure wind point. But I feel like I've kind of upgraded my forehand enough where if I'm just calm, hitting a good ball, that I can hold my own against most people I play against, especially in kind of baseline battles, and almost even take the advantage. But as part of that, my unforced error rate has just gone up a little bit, which all part of the journey, I guess. Another backhand down the line. So we went to the AO recently and watched some amazing matches, and just one thing we noticed was just how good the pros are at hitting backhand down the lines, and that's almost the bread and butter shot to kind of take control of a rally, you know, when obviously you got to go at the right time on the right ball, but having that in your bag when it's the right time is just so important. I'm just scrambling, and then Sid put it to backhand down the line, but I managed to do a little fluky scoop pass thing. And I've hit a couple of nice shots in a row, and I think Sid might be feeling the pressure a little bit. Inside in, pretty big shot, but Sid's defense outstanding, put it right back on my baseline. And I was determined to just keep swinging away, and one of the best baselining points of the set by myself. Now at this point, if you notice the footage getting a little bit shaky, the reason for that is, and this is when I talk about the whole mental game thing and distractions, is someone set up there are heaps of free courts at the club, but someone set up a ball machine right behind our court where the camera was mounted. And to be fair, you know, maybe he didn't see the camera, he didn't know we're recording, but in my mind, you know, I kind of knew, gosh man, like, the ball machine's just feeding him balls, he's just going to keep smacking them, the balls are going to keep hitting the fence, and that's just going to shake up the camera. I guess the camera was already a bit shaky because of the wind, but even more so, like, and it just kind of got on my head, like, as soon as, especially when I got to this side of the court, like I was every time I turned around, I could see the guy just hitting balls into the fence. I'm like, oh gosh, like I haven't recorded in so long. Just wanted to get a set in. It's been a good set so far. Like, oh, why does he have to do this? You know, like, and it just like got in my head. Like I stopped thinking about the set, and I just kept thinking. I was almost playing tennis on autopilot, and I was just thinking about that. And you know, I still got myself up 45. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm up a break. Doesn't matter. I'll just hold. Kind of rushed that second serve, and like mentally, there was a lot going through my head at this point. I was trying to keep it together, like, okay, focus on the point, but maybe a little bit of wind there. Forehand, dumped the forehand in the net, and suddenly I'm like, oh crap, man, I was up 45, now it's juice. There you go, another footage shake. Attacking one, but late feet, so everything was just not as sharp, you know, not as sharp as I'd like it to be. Unforced errors have actually gone up quite a bit this game compared to earlier in the game. It's not even Sid coming to the net or anything winning them, I was just dumping the ball, you know, and big approach shot by me and managed to force an error out of Sid. So still fighting. This is a pivotal game. I kind of knew if I could win this game, then, you know, the mental pressure I was feeling and even with the distractions and everything, it would kind of counteract that, just that little buffer. And Sid, another great just approach. You can hear that, you know, the ball hitting the fence. Even now it's kind of triggering me a bit, but it's something I need to work on because, you know, anytime I'm playing anywhere, there's likely to be distractions that come from, you know, outside of the match I'm playing. So in some ways I'm thankful for the experience, but it is just kind of what I was actually going through. And there I managed to place a pretty sick lob in the wind. And yeah, just, you can really feel you can hear the frustration even coming out. I think my body language, everything. First serve percentage has gone a lot down, unforced errors have gone a lot up, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I think, when like my mind gets off of the match and what I need to be doing. I'm just rallying on autopilot here, and it's just not good enough to get it done against Sid. Yeah, and so, that one might have just got on the line. To be fair, pretty sick winner there by me. Two backhands I've sprayed, and that goes back to the technical thing as well. I think with a more bunty backhand, a flatter backhand, if I'm not like locked in, you know, the chance to spray can just be so much higher. And they're a double fault to lose this game, this pivotal game. And Sid again, foothold right back in the set, 4-4 on serve. And even while returning, you know, I was up 45 in that game, and damn, I was thinking about it. Every time I turned around, I could still see that situation behind me, and it kind of got me thinking. This is a bit of a rant now, but it got me really thinking about, damn, like the pros that play week on week all around the world in front of thousands of people. Man, like I got so put off my game by one guy. Imagine having like tens of thousands of people just screaming for you, against you. Like, man, it really kind of, it makes me appreciate how crazy it is when certain players can just have that consistency. Because man, it'd be so easy, like 1 week just to be able to zone it out, and then another week you just let it affect you. Yeah, Sid's just locked in. Look at that, just playing super well. Placed that backhand on the line, passing shot. And it's still on serve, and in another circumstance it would feel like, you know, all good, you know, let's just keep going, enjoy the set. But because of the stuff I've been talking about since I was up a break earlier and my mental state, it felt like I was down a break somehow. Like it just felt like Sid had the edge. He's in rhythm. Like there you go. Like hitting sick approach shots. He semi-shanked the volley, but like still stuck it. Sid's just hitting so much better now compared to the start of the set. Like getting good depth, giving me varieties, slices, and yeah, dumped another forehand into the net. So. That was lucky. I shanked that ball, so I did a shank perfect lob winner. Yeah, so Sid's just playing so aggressive right now, just sending a good shot, and I'm just scrambling, and that's tough. So that ball went out into the car park actually. First serve percentage, not ideal. But you know, let's keep fighting. Just down a set point here, and you can tell by I'm basically moonballing. I'm like, okay, let's just don't want to finish the match on an unforced error, no matter how it goes, which manages to force an error out of Sid. So guess I'll take that. Oh, that was a big point. So I don't know what that was. Back, I'm not gonna replay that. But if you go back, I literally just bunted the backhand wide. That's a key takeaway here for me. Is I need to really put a bit more emphasis on hitting the ball properly with my backhand. Yeah, it's a good forehand there. I think Sid knows. I don't know if he thinks about it, but I think over the course of the last 3-4 games, my backhand's been so shaky. There you go. So Sid's just put concerted effort to just get the ball to my backhand, whether he's approaching or not, and I'm just rewarding him. The backhand volley even. Oh my goodness, slapped that one out. So my level dropped so much. I feel like from the first 3-4 games to the last 3-4 games. Scrambling, back to my backhand, and quite fitting, dumped the backhand in the net to finish the set. So great job, Sid. Awesome match, or not match, awesome set, and I'll catch you in the next one. Lots to work on. Let's go. It's a gym.